And also, I was wondering, I also watched this Iraq Veteran Against War, Madison, 2008 Part 3, and you were talking about all the emotions and what you've gone through and everything, and at this time, how the VA is treating you, and I was wondering how you could if you could talk a little bit about that, because it's very important for people to understand that the Medicare given to the veterans is not as high as what people in other job aspects can actually get.
Yeah, what happened during the testimony? I was explaining my experience at the VA hospital in Brecksville, Ohio. They had some Marines that were killed out of Ohio, and they were all over the newspapers, all over the local television sets, and I just, my emotions was just rumbling all over the place. So the VA hospital, I was angry, I was sad, I just couldn't ground myself. And so the hospital staff thought it would be a good idea for me to be suspended and banned from treatment for 30 days. But that was the reason why I was supposedly in the hospital, to get treatment. And so kicking me out of the hospital after that happened to me, I decided not to go there anymore. And I did go off and on, but I wasn't in a manner of actually looking to seek anything from them. And the stigma behind with some people when they know that you're a veteran and you've been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, you have this label, and people sometimes think you are crazy, or you have to stay away from those type of people. So it's a real bad stigma, and I've lost many family members who actually don't even talk to me. I haven't seen my children, nor talked to them, nor do I know where they are, and it's going on 5 years out of a 10-year marriage. But the government ensures that she receives child support payments, but I get no parental time with my children and no legal help at all in the matter. And in fact, there was a National Guardsman from Ohio a couple of months ago who came back with PTSD, spent a year in Iraq, and he got divorced from his wife, and then the judge allowed the wife to take the children and move to Israel. And what he did, he killed himself because he had no access to his children. So these are some of the things that happen that people are not getting information about, and it's happened to me. So I keep going because I know the more I can tell the truth, to let people know that I'm not the only one, and it's happening to people, and people need to know about it.
Well, the exact same thing in Canada is happening here. Is that we had a veteran who's basically from the Canadian Armed Forces. He was a recent veteran. He served I think he served about 2002, and so I only served in 1995. So he was not more recent with information. And he said, I went to his talk one time, and his name's Paco. And he said that before Afghanistan, the Canadian people did not know anything about the veterans from the Canadian military. And I looked right at him, and I thought to myself, how true. Most Canadians looked at someone that served in the military as being second-class citizen, and I'm appalled at how they used to treat the veterans. And I remember in Calgary, Alberta, walking down the street, and there was this elderly gentleman that served in World War II. He had a table out, and he had to basically go and, he was begging for money because Veterans Affairs wouldn't give enough money to survive. And what happens is everyone else with their three-piece suits are walking around thinking to themselves, oh, look how good I am. And I'm looking at them going, yeah, you wouldn't have everything if it wasn't for that gentleman over there. Now, I'm not a backer of war, but at the same time, I am a backer of people. We have to help out our veterans. We have to help out the people that went into the military because of the fact we can't turn our back on human beings. That's who these people are. They're human beings. They're not an object. They're not a body. They're a human being.
That's right. And a lot of people don't see it that way. They say, well, he's just a veteran, while they have their lavish cars and big houses, and you know, and the veteran is getting crumbs. I mean, I served 20 years, and my retirement paycheck is $207 a month. You know, I mean, what kind of thank you is that, or appreciation? You know, to have all these things deducted from my paycheck and then don't explain it to me, and no support or no help in that manner of where this money is being taken out of my check and where my children are. It's like I served, I did my job, I did what you wanted me to do, but now that I'm no good to you anymore, you don't care, which also lets me know you never cared to begin with.
So that's just like basically back when the Vietnam was over, a lot of American soldiers returning from Vietnam were cast away by society because of the fact that they look down upon them, and they're saying, you know, just get away from us, sort of thing. Just go somewhere else in society. They're still continuing to do that at this time.
Yes, you know, it's sad. I mean, the number has already exceeded in deaths. After combat, you know, these people are coming back and they're killing themselves, and no one is hearing about this. And the numbers that they project or say, I think we're over 4,000 now. So that's numbers that we know have already killed themselves. More than that, I mean, that says a lot. You know, why would a veteran have to come back after being over there homeless? No job, no way of making a living, home life being destroyed, and end up killing themselves. It's something's wrong here.